What's up, guys? Polaramus here. Today I would like to go over another dream, because I remember I did for a story time maybe a week or two ago. Let's talk about this for a second. I had that dream, I think 2 weeks ago maybe, about the world kind of ending. That wasn't like really what the dream was about, but like it prophesized, my dream prophesized a meteor hitting Earth in Russia or something. I know that happened a long time ago, but like this happened like again. And then all this stuff started to happen and like people were saying like the world's gonna end and everything, and it was really freaky. And it was supposed to happen tomorrow, but hey, we're all here, so the world didn't end. I'm sorry, I know you all didn't want to still be here, but we're still here making videos, so hey, that's pretty good. Unless we all died and we're in purgatory and we don't know it. Marnez said maybe we're all dead and we just don't know because we're in purgatory. We don't have any memory of the other world. I don't know, weird stuff, right? But let's get into this video. So this is another dream I had ages back. I wrote the date down. This was actually just a few days ago, 3 years ago. It was September 21st. That was like 4 days ago. 2014. Oh, jeez. This is really old. You can tell that, like, this is so old because I wrote dream number 1, and I had the D in dream capitalized and the R capitalized too. Just, there's this, like, picture of a mountain. It's called the Honey Bear Dungeons, I guess. And, yeah, this is probably one of my favorite dreams. Yeah, there it is. Dreams is like okay. Let's get into it. This is a weird dream. I remember this one. So we start off in this dream in the spider cave. I'll only show some of the good pictures. So this was like, I remember this was like a dark cave, and I was on like this minecart system, right? And I was like going, and it was like a video game, kind of like Temple Run. You'd like choose which side to the minecart you were going. And I remember there was a false door, and I missed it, I didn't know it was a false door, but there was a door, and I was like, I had to turn left, but I was going so fast that like I couldn't. I guess that'd be right. I'd have to turn like left, but then I was going so fast that I couldn't turn left, and I kept going straight, and then the track just took me into the room anyway. So like, here's kind of a picture. There's like a bunch of spiders and stuff. It was pretty creepy. It was very dark. I couldn't see much, but like this is like the actual door I went into, and then it took me back up, and then we go up into this like area, and it's like this big, massive, huge room, and it's got all these people doing like exercise. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. I had to go help out with some things. Okay, what was I saying? We got to this big room, and there's all these people like exercising in the room. I don't know why. There was these people on yoga balls. This guy was like bench pressing. There was this like one of those pull down machines. And then there was this big weird crystal rock thing and a spiral staircase, and then to like the front of it, I guess, or the back, I don't know. There was these 2 huge doors that were like wide open, and they're like these huge wooden doors. So yeah, I'll show you this picture as well. It's kind of like that. See, we came from right here, and there's all that stuff going on. Now, what is this? I stepped outside those huge wooden doors, and we got to this area, the back of the mountain. This is the back of the mountain. There's this huge honey bear thing in this amber honey stuff. And yeah, so we go out, and then the sun, moon does some weird thing, and the honey bear crystal thing starts to break. Honey bear gets unleashed, which is not a good thing, let me tell you that. Because he's this bear thing, he's like this bear sloth thing. Yeah, he breaks out of his amber honey crystal thing. He starts imprisoning these people in honey because he like has these wobbly arms and he like shoots honey out of them. And I got out of there though, and I ran into this huge field, and I met this scientist man who was working on a laptop, and I told him, hey, I need you to help me out with this. And he had this apprentice guy who was helping him, but there was this scientist, and he didn't even want to help me, but he's like, fine, I guess I can help you. So So he's helping me, and I ran up into this tree, and this person was in a house, and they were laughing at me in the tree, and I was like, wow, that sucks. But then the scientist man made a plasma belt, and he ran at the honey bear, didn't even wait for me. He started throwing grenades and stuff, and this plasma belt's got like plasma grenades on it or whatever. And he runs to the honey bear, and he gets imprisoned in honey. And I'm like, what an idiot, you know? And then I was like, man, I wish I had a tank, but I guess a plasma grenade belt will have to do. So the honey bear starts shooting this honey at me. I'm dodging it, and I'm throwing these plasma grenades. And then bada boom, honey bear explodes. Pretty good. And then all the people are like, oh, thank you. And I'm like, oh, it's nothing. No problem at all. And that's when I woke up. But that is not the end of the honey bear dungeons. No, no, no. A few days later, I had a continuation of the dream. I don't know if this has happened to any of you before. It's only happened to me the one time. It's really awesome, though. You have a dream, and then you, like, wake up, and you're like, hey, stop, dogs. And you wake up, and you're like, okay. But yeah, I had a continuation of the same dream. And this is, like, a few days later. So I go into the dream again, and we're back where we left off, and we're in that big room where all the exercise people are. Remember that spiral staircase? Well, we go up that to the next dungeon, and there's all these, like, demons. Like, there's, like, they're, like, weird. They're, like, these little circles, and they have, like, little feet, like, little claw feet, and little, like, hands like that. And they got these wings. And yeah, so I had this sword, and I was just chopping them up, you know, as you do. And there's this boss one that's like bigger, and he's got this floating crown. And yeah, I'll show you guys a picture of it. Looks something like that. Pretty cool. So that's me down, where am I? I'm over here. That's me. And there's the boss guy right there with the crown. And you can see they're just like little like bat type things. So yeah, I started killing all them, messing them up with my sword. They're pretty easy enemies, even the boss. And then I got a key from killing the boss, as one does in a video game. And I went over to this chest, and I got this ice sword, which was really cool. Not the polar sword, but it was like this, it's called the freezer. And yeah, freezes enemies 40% of the time. So yeah, here we go now into the next dungeon after. And it's like this lava type area, and it's got all these like pillars to like jump across on. And then like on some of the platforms, it's got these like, you know Muck from Pokemon? It's like him, but like in a lava form. There's like these lava puddles with arms. So here's a picture of this dungeon room. Pretty cool. So there I am at the bottom, and I jump across, and then here's the boss, or those two guys. So jump across, start cutting up the enemies, or I guess, I don't know. I just started chopping them up and stuff. But they're lava, so they don't like die. They just kind of like puddle out. And then I get to the two big boss guys. They're like these huge mountainous lava puddles. And I kill both of them. And I was like, you know what, that was pretty easy. But then they turn into puddles, and they start fusing together, and they turn into this huge, huge guy. He's this huge monster guy, as you can see. Huge lava puddle thing. So then I started cutting him up, but nothing was happening. So I actually froze him with the sword. And then I cut him up, and that worked, and I beat him, and I got 3,000 more monies, it says. So that's pretty cool. Then we get to this common room again, and there's this there's a shop in this one, and there's this like hole that's like a like horizontal like hole in the cave, and like you can kind of see out, and it's really cool. There's like daylight. It was really like dark, but then there was like this light piercing through this hole, so it was pretty cool. And I went over to the shop, and I had to wait in line, but then I talked to the shop person, and I got this gun sword. So it's like a sword, but then it's got like a gun on the end, so like it shoots. It's pretty cool. It says here it can shoot up to 2 miles. That's crazy. It's like a sniper. Yeah. And then I'm about to go to the next dungeon, but then this guy Derek comes, and he's like, yo, let me come with you into the dungeon number 4, and we go into the dungeon, I guess. I don't actually know. The dream ended there, but I assume we went into the dungeon. And I have another dream. Well, it's not the continuation. I haven't had a continuation since. I've tried. I'm really sad about it. I want to someday have a continuation of that dream. But yeah, I have another dream I can do for another dream time. I like these, because I have a lot of weird dreams. I like, sharing them with you guys. But anyway, that's it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you'd like to please leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time.